Hi, welcome to All 360 on MYBET.AFRICA, and today is the 2nd of October. I'm sure that yesterday you actually won some cash without odds that we gave out from my pundits, and I'm sure today will also be another smiley day for you. During the latter part of the day, I'm sure you're going to win some cash on MYBET.AFRICA. So if you don't have an account with MYBET, simply just make sure you get an account with MYBET and start betting there, because you're going to win yourself, or you can be a lucky winner to be on the trip to Qatar to watch the Black Stars play all 3 games and even beyond in Qatar 2022, where you're going to have or face Portugal, Uruguay, and also South Korea in Group H of the Qatar 2022 World Cup. So let's say play Ghana, cheer Ghana, Qatar 2022 World Cup. It's at your fingertips. Yes, MYBET.AFRICA is taking you to watch the Black Stars play live at the World Cup in Qatar. How well do you know your World Cup and football history? MYBET says that join the MYBET.AFRICA Qatar 2022 World Cup daily trivia competition to build up points to qualify to the final draw. Points to qualify to the final draw. The good news is that you don't need to be a customer of MYBET.AFRICA or stake a bet to be part of the promotion. Just dial *380 *14# to answer trivial questions and build points to qualify for the final draw. Okay, and still on the Qatar World Cup 2022, MYBET says that you can build your chances by staking your bet with MYBET.AFRICA this time around by following these simple steps. 1, it says have an active MYBET.AFRICA account. 2, place a minimum bet of 20 Ghana cedis or more to qualify for the entry. 3, send your bet slip ID by dialing short code #447 #14# and follow the process. Then enter your bet slip number as reference number. Remember, you can enter as many bets as you want to increase your chances to the final draw. So if you don't want this, what else do you want? If you want to watch the Blaster live in the Stadium of Qatar, you just have to follow this simple instructions and simple permutations so that you can get yourself into the final draw and you can be that lucky winner. But don't forget, you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel and also follow us on all social media platforms: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. And you can just get all these simple odds from my pundits. We'll take a quick time. When we come back, I'll introduce my pundits to you. Then we dive straight into the odds for today. Welcome back to All 360. And as I said earlier, I know you are very patient and waiting for the odds for Sunday, because you were so happy yesterday when you had to win some cash. And so we dive straight into the English Premier League. The biggest game coming up on Sunday is the Manchester Derby. The Noisy Neighbours versus the Red Devils comes up early kickoff on Sunday. And City are playing home. Could anybody stop Erling Haaland?
Erling Haaland is by far the most clinical striker on the planet right now. 14 goals across all competitions so far for Manchester City and Pep Guardiola. That speaks volumes. And when you have a striker on top form like this, it scares the opposition. It will take Manchester United and Lisandro Martinez together with Rafael Varane something extraordinary to prevent Haaland from scoring at the Etihad this morning. I won't waste anyone's time. Straight home win for Pep Guardiola and Manchester City in this game.
You stand with him?
Yeah, after scoring a staggering 23 goals and conceding only 6 in 7 matches so far, City are in red-hot form. And coming up against their neighbours in United, who have scored 8 and conceded 8, that means United have not got goals in them. Erling Haaland is in the form of his life, 11 goals so far in the EPL. I see a straight win for City in the Manchester Derby on Sunday. This afternoon.
Right, this afternoon, if you're going for a City win on MYBET.AFRICA, the odds is 1.34. That is a cool odds for a City win, and both Pandit are actually rooting for Manchester City at home at the Etihad Stadium. So no chance for Manchester United to even cause up a surprise. A City straight win, and so it's 1.3 for us. But we move straight into that Spanish Premier League, the La Liga Santander. The very first match on the table for us, as Celta Vigo will be at Barbados to take on a third on the table, Real Betis, who are in red hot form themselves.
Yeah, if you look at what Mauricio Pellegrini's team are doing, Manuel Pellegrini, sorry, in the Spanish La Liga, they are doing something brilliant. You know, they have Iglesias, Borja Iglesias, brilliant striker by our standard, banging in goals for fun this season for them. If he's on top form, and with what Celta Vigo themselves normally do wherever they are playing at the ball line, they score goals. So in this game, I'm going for an over 1.5.
An over 1.5, simple and short. What are you also going for?
I'm going for a straight win for Real Betis because Manuel Pellegrini has carved a niche for himself as a coach that is able to pick points when he plays with the Minos in the La Liga. He finds it difficult against the big guns, but when he plays against the Minos and Celta are not doing very well this season. They are 13 with only 7 points. Betis are lying 4th with 15 points. So you can see the gap in class as far as these two teams are concerned. So I went for a straight win for Real Betis, even though they are playing away from home.
So another 1.5 from Francis Aguero and also straight win for Real Betis. And that is some odds. And let me tell you what my bet is actually giving for a straight win for Real Betis. They are going for a 2.35. That is 2 odds. That is absolutely gigantic odds for you. So if you're going for Don Perry's odds, definitely you're going to be smiling if that actually comes into fruition. But one team who has never put a foot wrong this season is the team you're going to talk about, Real Madrid. This season, they are the only team that beating the only team that have had a 100% record into that season, both in European and also domestically. Now they face Osasuna at the Santiago Bernabeu. A big win for Real Madrid because they also have Karim Benzema coming back.
Yeah, the Santiago Bernabeu basically is a den, it's a slaughterhouse. They drag whoever they want into that stadium and money to devour you. And Karim Benzema, together with Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo, these 3 guys are playing some fantastic stuff for the Madridistas. At the Santiago Bernabeu, under Carlo Ancelotti, free-flowing football, with the maestro himself. I call him the maestro, the Croatian talisman, the superstar, the world-class act, the one who defines how football should be played simple in central midfield. Luka Modric, with his creative best, and Toni Kroos, the German machine. Trust me, I don't expect Osasuna to get anything out of this game. It's a straight win for Real Madrid.
Straight win for Real Madrid. You're going for the same?
I'm also going for a straight win for Madrid. Why? Even in the absence of their leading top man, Karim Benzema, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, Valverde, the player in form from Uruguay, did the job in his absence and play against an Osasuna side who are also doing very well. They lie 5th with 12 points, only 6 points behind the league leaders, Real Madrid. But I see a straight win for Madrid going into this fixture.
He sees a straight win for Madrid going into this fixture. As France is also going for a straight win. Now we move straight into the Italian calcio Serie A. Atalanta, who started the season pretty well and at the top half of the table, they take on another tricky side. That is Fiorentina.
Yeah, if you look at Fiorentina, the chaps from Florence, they are one of the traditional clubs of the Serie A. And whenever they play against the big guns, they manage to get in goals. But last 2 weekends before the international break, I saw Atalanta play, and then without Dusan Zapata, they struggled because of his pace, his imposing figure to draw people into position, Malinowski and co. But Atalanta, on any given day, can make life extremely difficult for any team on their home turf. And you've seen them in the past put 4-5 past AC Milan and co. I think they will be extremely difficult to beat for Fiorentina in this particular afternoon's game. I am expecting a home or a win, home or draw for Atalanta in this game.
But yes, actually tipping Atalanta to win or draw in this fixture. What do you also make of it?
It's a fixture Atalanta loves to play. Whenever they come against Fiorentina, some way somehow they find their way to win that game. And having won against AS Roma before the international break, a result that didn't go down well with Jose Mourinho at all because he thought he should have been given a penalty.
Yeah.
They are coming home at the Goma, where they will play in front of their favorite fans. They are lying second behind Napoli. So for safety, I went for a win or a draw for Atalanta in this fixture.
You also go for win or draw, and France also going for that same odds win or draw for Atalanta. Now to Juventus, they play an out of his Bologna.
Difficult fixture. Bologna went to Rome, held their own against Roma last season. They went to Milan, held their own against Milan. They are a tough side, especially when they play, and they switch their A game on board. Typical with Arnautovic on top of the pitch. But Juve themselves kept blowing hot and cool, and people are questioning the leadership of Massimiliano Allegri, whether his second coming is a case. But losing players like Paulo Dybala and co in the off-season, Zakaria moved to Chelsea. But Dusan Vlahovic need to step up to the template and start delivering week in, week out. Consistency is the challenge from Turin. That's what they demand from you. Old players like Danilo, Juan Cuadrado and co needs to come to the party and drag the team to winning ways. They don't need to be lethargic in their games. Because if you watch them this season, they'll be absolutely poor, be it a win or a draw. They labored in all those matches, and they have to start beating the drums at the right places. And in this game, they have to step up to be able to get something from this game. But hey, Juventus in Turin on any given day with their pedigree, I'll go for a Juventus home win or draw.
Juventus home win or draw. I think you stand to differ.
I beg to differ. You know, the poor form of Juve is going to continue. The last time Juve won a match was on the 31st of August, 2022.
That's a long time ago.
Draw against Fiorentina, lost in the Champions League against PSG, drew against Salernitana, beaten by Benfica, and then the shocker, they lost before the transfer to Monza. Yes. And like I said, the poor form of Juve will continue. It's a win or draw for Bologna at the Juventus Stadium.
A win or draw for Bologna at the Allianz Stadium, and it looks more or less like what Monza actually started before the international break, where Gokier had to shock Juventus in Milan. It looks like that could continue for Perry. He's actually going for win or draw for Bologna. That is some odds for you. If that is going to come to the filtration, you're going to have some odds. But Francis here is going safe and going for Juventus a win or draw. Now we move straight into German Bundesliga. Just one game for you. And Schalke will take on Augsburg. And just quick one on this.
It's a win-win for me because I expect goals in this one. The game will not end in a draw. It's a home or away win.
Home or away win. Augsburg, Schalke.
Schalke gained promotion after they were relegated last 2 seasons, and last weekend they lost when they play against their fierce rivals Dortmund. They'll be looking to bounce back against Augsburg. So it's a win-win for me over here. I don't expect a game to end in a draw.
But of my panel don't want to see or don't think that this game is going to end in a draw. So they're all going for a win-win for both sides. Now we switch our attention to the French League Championnat, and Monaco will be taking on Nantes. Another tricky fixture, isn't it?
Yeah, Monaco should be punching above their way. Nantes are a very difficult team sometimes to play against. With Bread and Bolo playing well against Spain in the UEFA Nations League. If you can go back and lead the attack for them, I think they have the players to help Nantes on this particular, because they've not been doing well. They've not been consistent, Monaco. But one thing that for sure is I expect goals in this game. I'm going for an over 1.5.
Over 1.5 is going safe. What do you also go for?
Lyon some seasons ago were competing in the Champions League.
Monaco.
And Monaco, they were competing in the Champions League. Once upon a time, they were in the final with FC Porto in 2003-2004 season.
Yeah.
But, you know, they always flatter to deceive. This season, they've been poor, really poor. And they are playing against Nantes. I expect goals in that game, so I also go for 1.5 in that game.
All right, both of them going for an over 1.5. I think it's a safe one for my pundits. Over 1.5 between Monaco and Nantes. But the final one on the day today is Lens, who are taking on Olympic Lyon.
Yeah, Lyon, one of the most successful teams in the French league are. Winning it about 7 times on the bounce during the times of Karim Benzema, Sidney Govou and co. But they have the former Arsenal captain, Alexandre Lacazette, who took over from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang when he got stripped back to the club, and he has been scoring for them. So if you look at this fixture on paper, I think Lens themselves, defensively, they've been poor this season. And Lyon score goals with Carl Teko, Kambi and co. I expect this game to produce goals. So I'm going for a safe option of over 1.5.
He's going for a safe option of over 1.5. What are you also going for?
These two teams love to score goals. Whenever they play, they score goals. So coming against Lens, who are also good at scoring, if you are a Panther who wants to win some cash, and 1.5 will not be a bad option at all. So 1.5 for me is a sure bet over there.
All right, 7 games we run you through on today. That is 2nd of October 2022. And my pundits have actually given you some kudos. And we are hoping that that was going to happen. Just place your money on them. And don't forget you need to have in my bet account, my MYBET.AFRICA account. And you place your, because they've got the best of odds you can choose from. And I'm sure that today you're also going to be laughing to work on Monday. And I'm sure my pundit have actually done justice to the odds today. Thank you very much, Francis Agboibo, and also Don Perry for your time. We'll see you same time next week. But before I go, my bet is actually giving you something gorgeous to get and grab going into Qatar 2022 November, December. There's a Play Ghana campaign. It says yes, MYBET.AFRICA is taking you to watch the Black Stars play live at the World Cup in Qatar. How well do you know your World Cup and football history? MYBET says that join the MYBET.AFRICA Qatar 2022 World Cup Daily Trivia Competition to build up points to qualify for the final draw. The good news is that you don't need to be a customer of MYBET.AFRICA or points to qualify of MYBET.AFRICA. Stake a bet to be part of the promotion. Just dial *380*14# to answer trivia questions and build points to qualify for the final draw. And still on the promo, MYBET says build up your chances by staking your bet with MYBET.AFRICA by following these simple steps. Number 1 is have an active MYBET.AFRICA account. Number 2, place a minimum bet of 20 Ghana cedis or more to qualify for the entry. Number 3, send your bet slip ID by dialing short code *447*14# and follow the process. Then enter your bet slip number as reference number. The last one, remember, you can enter as many bets as you want to increase your chances to be in the final draw. So that's it for all 360 today. We'll see you same time next week, but don't forget, give us a like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, and also just have to follow us all on our social media handles, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and we are there. And do give us a follow, and also do go on and like our page as well on Facebook. For myself and from the entire production crew, it's bye for now.
It's a wrap.